Hello, hello. It worked. Welcome. Welcome to the Susan Takeover of January. I am Susan. And if you've never joined us before, I take my sister's channel over once a month and make whatever I want. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's a disaster. Which one will it be today? We'll find out. I decided, New Year, happy 2026, everyone, and that I should be brave and do things that are hard this year, that scare me. And do you know what scares me? Piping. Scares me to death. Does piping scare you? I really want to make a Hellcat by the Crafty Reporter, and I've had it sitting here, the paper cut out, and I just can't do it because I can't do piping. So, yeah, all your names are crazy, so crazy. Hi, Becky. Hi, everyone. Yeah, piping scares me, and I don't even know why. Just the word piping, I go, ooh. So I decided, Siah made a pattern called the Char, as you know, a couple months ago. And hi, everyone. Speaking of the devil, there she is. Hi, Siah. Anyways, focus. What was I saying? She made a pattern called the Char, and I made one. Kassiah, I'm sorry. I only made one because then we got busy. I never came back and made another one. I made one and I made it without piping because I was scared. And it was beautiful. I will admit it was beautiful. But I decided that new year, new me. Actually, same me. But same me is I'm going to learn how to pipe. How to do piping. So I made a practice one and it worked. I couldn't believe it worked. I normally call Kassiah and have her talk me through it, but I thought, no, I'm not calling her. So I watched her video instead, and it worked. Turns out she makes great videos. Go figure. So I'm going to show you what I did for my practice. I forgot to grab it. Let me grab it. Okay. I wasn't looking at the screen. From the Caribbean. Hello. I'm not sick. I mean, I've been congested for months, and it just never goes away, but I feel great. Okay. So here is the Char that I made with piping. You guys, it worked. It totally worked. And it wasn't terrible. I guess the way people talk about it, it scared me to death. See the piping. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Everything fit beautifully. How did I do it? I just followed the directions. I did put this little extra thing because the one Char I made before, I put a little extra thing. So I've decided this is my signature now for the Char. So every time I make the Char, I'm just going to do this. I just put a piece of fabric, wrapped it around this, another one, and I sewed it all the way on this flap. Embellishment. All right, so this bag has hidden connector straps. You can do rivets or not. The piping is optional, but since we're being brave, we're doing piping. And it has an inside zipper pocket. And then these curvy lines also scared me. I'll be honest, they scared me a little bit. And so I went really slow. So hopefully we can go faster today because you guys don't have days. This took me days coming back to it, figuring it out. So we're going to make a Char. Are we ready? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right. Let me move everything around. Thank you, guys. It's a really fun pattern. Go figure. I know. Sorry about the sound there. Kassiah laughs at me when I say, you know what, Siah? Turns out you make great videos. She's like, well, gee, thanks. All right, let me turn a few things on. I've got another light on this side today because I feel like there's always some dark abyss over here. And I'm going to change the camera a little bit. And then we're going to get going. See how that looks. All right. Can you guys see everything okay? Okay, so today I'm choosing this Bonded Poly Smoothie Smooth from Wonderground. I love Gabby at Wonderground. She's so fun. Her selection's great. And we were at a show in Vegas last year, and this was on her shelf. And I said, I need that. So I got this. Okay, so we are using that for the inside. The outside, I'm doing a little Love Lola today. The other bag I should have said that I use, maybe I should tell you that first. This one that I just showed is Love Lola on the outside. This black faux reel is Tulip Bee. The piping was also faux reel. Kassiah says the faux reel works really well for piping, so I copied her. And I agree, it's like butter. So that's the Tulip Bee faux reel for the piping. And then the inside is Tulip Bee Smoothie Smooth. And all SiahSwag hardware. Okay, so this next one, I'm pulling out my Love Lola stash. And I've got this really cool ribbed green vinyl. And then a coordinating green vinyl that doesn't have the ribs on it. I don't know if the light lets you see it very well. But there it is. All right, I will talk about what I use for the piping, okay? So I did go ahead and I went ahead and I attached one piece of piping, but we're going to do one on camera. So let me put some of these pieces aside for later. All right, this is what the piping looks like when it's ready to go on the bag. Okay, and so I did it ahead of time just to kind of save a little time, but all I did was I took a strip of 1 inch, and this has it in the directions this way too. Okay. Oh, hey Kelly from Jupiter. I like that you said you specified Florida, because we just saw Jupiter last night in our little star tracker. You can see it right now. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. Maybe I'll put it against the green so you can see it better. Okay, so there's this little strip of 1 inch. And then I got this. It's actually foam plastic. It's on Kassiah's Amazon list. So I went and bought a spool of it. Just comes in a spool. Okay. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Bonnie. And then what I did is I just put, it says to put a 1/2 inch tape, but I don't have a 1/2 inch tape. So I just drew a line down the middle and I put 2/4 inch pieces of tape here. I've already taken the sticky off. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little piece of piping and I'm going to center it in my, what's called the piping casing. I'm going to center it and I'm just going to rest this little piping guy right on that middle line I drew. This is just an example one, so you can see how I did it, okay? You just go right on the middle like that. And then how you want to do the next part is totally up to you. Wow, already? Nice job. Okay, and then you've got this in the middle here, and then you just squeeze it tight. Okay, and then I just put a bunch of clips on it. To hold it nice and tight. And I feel like this part's important because you want it to really be stuck down there at the bottom in the center. Otherwise, when you curve it around whatever you're using it for, if it's not in the very edge of it, your piping will go kind of like flat and wrinkly, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I've only ever done piping once in my life, and it's on the bag I just showed you. So let's not pretend I'm a professional. Let's pretend that I'm an amateur who's done it once, and it worked. And there you go. All right, so once I had my piping inside my casing, like this, the pattern calls for you to come and you baste it. And I'll just do that. It doesn't take long. You're going to baste it at 1/4. And I have my zipper foot on right now. It's just easier. Just at a 1/4 inch. And that is how you prep that. Okay, so that's that. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna throw that one away. Okay, so that's how you make the piping. And the piping, when it's all done, ends up looking like this. And it does give a good structure. Okay. How many of you are scared of piping, or are you all professionals and you're laughing at me? Love the colors. Thank you. Hi, Hazel. Is Princess Di, is Florida really chilly right now? Or are you being sarcastic? I can't tell with you crazy Florida people. You have flying iguanas and alligators randomly on the road. And now you think it's chilly. I have a Char cut, but was not going to do the piping. Nikki, the first one I was scared to too. And I have to admit, when I finally did it, it wasn't near as bad as I thought it would be. All right, we're going to do some prep work. All right, so we're going to put, let's see, what do I want to do first? Let me put a few things aside. Piping goes away. Away with you, piping. We're going to work with our gusset and our D-ring hidden connector. So I have done one side already. So what we're going to be doing is this right here. Kassiah says, piping is not hard. Do you know, Kassiah, why piping scared me? Is because you said you were having a hard time with it getting to look right. And I always think, if you say it's hard, then I'm not even going to try it. So maybe that's a little dramatic. Maybe I should have done that. You kind of figured it out. You and Amber figured it out, so the rest of us could just do it. All right, so for this first step, we're going to do these hidden connectors. You need the hidden connector piece with a little Decaville on the back and a D-ring, and this is 3/4. Thank you. I am excited about this bag. I think it is going to be pretty. The fabric is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right. Piping isn't terribly hard. It just takes a little practice, and it really makes a difference. I think you're right. I'm all thinking of different bags that maybe I could try piping with now. Okay, so I am just folding my ends to the, or my edges to the center, and we're just going to make a little D-ring connector thingy. Okay, bye, Siah. Okay, so I'm folding this into the center. You could tape it, but I'm just being a little bit willy-nilly. I'm being crazy up in here. Most of this is going to be hidden, so that's why I don't care too much. You know what, guys? I totally forgot to wind a bobbin. I'm going to have to stop and wind a bobbin in a minute. That was so silly of me. All right, so here's what we're going to do. You're going to take your gusset piece right side up, and you're going to be making a mark on it. And the mark is in the pattern. You just line your pattern piece up to it and make the mark and cut it with a razor. Okay, so I've done that. Now I'm going to lay this right side up. How embarrassing. Exactly. Right side up, and I'm going to grab just my strap, and my strap is going to go wrong side up, and I'm going to pop it into this opening that we have here. And it's going to be really snug. Snug as a bug in a rug. All right. And you want it to extend about 1 inch. I always have to check this because I always feel like I'm doing this wrong. It's going to extend about a 1/2 inch past the top. There we go, 1/2 inch. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this bad boy upside down, and I'm going to be sewing right here. So I'm basically just making this strap. I'm just going to go right there. Okay. Sound effects are optional, but highly encouraged. And I'm definitely gonna just go forward and back stitch a little bit, okay? I'm just getting that connected. All right, so after you've done that, this is what you have. You have the back end of the strap. You have this opening here. You're gonna go ahead and put your D-ring on. Ooh, I can tell my foot is eating up this vinyl. I'm gonna have to be careful. This is very soft vinyl. What is a lens retreat? That is a good question. A lens retreat is an event that's hosted. By the way, I'm putting the D-ring on and then I'm pushing this into the opening in the front. It's an event hosted by Lindsay from Lynn's Handmade. And Kassiah is one of the teachers. I do like fun entertainment stuff. Amber, the crafty reporter, is a teacher for this round, and it's in Wisconsin, and it's fun. It's going to be in April. It is so much fun. Okay, so once you have it tucked in there really good, you're going to turn it back over, and when you lift this part up, there's like this little tail. That's that part that we cut. That's where we're going to sew. So now I'm going to just push everything out of the way, and I'm going to sew this next. Oops. Something went flying. I wonder if I need that something. Find out in a minute. Okay. So here we go. Now I have this hidden D-ring is here. It's connected here and here. So now I'm going to rivet through it to make it really strong so it will hold. I'm just going to use my scissors and poke a hole. Yeah, if it's your first event coming, it's a really fun event. We have grown to really love it. It's our 4th time doing it with Lindsay. And it's really fun. Oh, Heather, I saw that you're coming. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've got to figure out what activities we're doing. Do I repeat the same ones from the last time? Or do I plan new ones? I do game shows, activities, and such. Okay, I'm just poking a hole, punching a hole through all my layers, and I'm just going to go set a rivet right there. Hold, please. I'll be right back. Okay, so if the stars align and if everything worked out for your life, then at that point you will have hidden connectors ready to go on your gusset. Goodbye, gusset. I'm putting you away for a minute. Okay, so the next thing we're going to prep, we've got our gusset prepped. We're going to do a little bit of piping next. So I have my prepped piece, and I'm going to do my main flap. Now, I went ahead and put a little something, something, because once again, I decided this is my signature. This doesn't have it in there, but it's really just a 1-inch vinyl. I used a 1-inch rectangle ring, but you could use 3/4 if you want. And what I did was I tapered the end of it a little bit so that the edges wouldn't come out. And I just kind of stuck it on here, cut it off, got another one till it reached all the way, cut that one off, and then I sewed up and down. You could put rivets in it, but I decided that's too much. All right, so for this step, we're going to take our piping piece, and the first thing you need to do is you need to find your center of your piping piece. Lynn's retreat in the fall was fantastic. It'd be fun to go again. But you already got to go and spots are limited. Yeah. It's a very popular little activity. It's kind of cool because it's all at one facility. So you eat, sleep, and sew and have fun and maybe relax. All in the same space. But you have a room you can go back to and be a hermit if you want. I'm looking for my handy dandy mega clips for this part. I definitely want mega clips. All right, so you find your centers, all right, and there's a marking that you're going to put on either side. I have my marking here, and that's for where my piping's going to taper off. And that part, I mean, once again, I've only done this once, and it was okay, but I wouldn't say it was perfect. And the tapering part was a little bit creative, as they say. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and clip this on. I'm doing the straight parts first, and then we're going to clip into the curves. And Kassiah had mentioned in her video that it's super important to really stretch it around the curves. I think her and Amber had been, a while back, they were both trying to figure out piping, and Amber said, yeah, if you stretch it, cut it a bunch of little snips and stretch it really tight, that's when it fits better. So we're going to give that a try. But first I'm just clipping all the straight parts. Okay, so I've got my straight clipped. Now I'm going to grab these scissors, I think. Is the lighting too harsh, you guys? I feel like it's always too dark, but now it's like, I feel like it's too harsh. I don't know. No? Okay. Tiny snips. So here's what I'm going to do. Right where, maybe an inch or inch and a half from the edge where it's curved, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put little snips all up in the casing. Now my seam allowance for my initial sew on of this casing is 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to go even bigger on the next one. So I'm going to make sure that my snips are not more than 1/4 inch. Like I want them to be less than 1/4 inch, so it's definitely all covered. But I'm just putting a bunch of little snips in it. Whee! Whee! This part is oddly very satisfying. It's like you're either destroying it or making it beautiful. You don't know. Okay, so I have enough snips around the corner, so here's the way I like to do it. You love watching me sew? Oh, that's so sweet. Do you like watching me suffer? Because sometimes... All right, so I'm going to kind of like come all the way around the curve. And I'm going to try to make it go. I'm just stretching it so it's a really tight fit. And then I'm going to put my clip on after that. And then I'm just going to kind of talk this into stretching for me. It's kind of the same idea as when we fit gussets and stuff. Okay, now I'm going to come up the straight side a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and do this taper off in just a minute. We're going to do both curves first. I wish I could go this year, but with the money I had saved, it's going towards the rotator cuff surgery this Tuesday. Oh no. I am so sorry. That is awful. This Tuesday? Okay, I'll be thinking of you. I hope your recovery for that's good. Rotator cuff injuries are so painful. I struggled with one for a long time. I thought I was going to have surgery. I'm sure I will someday, but my initial injury for mine was that I ran into a parked car. So that's not very, shouldn't be proud about that. And then I was okay, listen. I was running around my neighborhood there was a 1 mile street around the outside of the neighborhood. And I was wearing my headphones, but the sidewalk in this one part was like curvy. It was like up and down and up and down. And so I wanted to be on the street, but I heard a car. So I was looking to my left to see if there was any cars coming so I could go out onto the street, and didn't see that there's a truck parked there, and the truck side view mirror was right where my shoulder was, and I ran straight into that. And then I played volleyball a couple weeks later and hurt it, and then I conducted a bunch of things and hurt it some more. So yeah, rotator cuff injuries are no fun. I hope your surgery goes well and that your limbs money goes to a good cause. Yeah, how embarrassing. I ran into a parked car. Well, it happens. Okay, so I've got this clipped all the way around until the top. Now I have a mark right here. Now, I'll be honest. She said she got off, so that's good. Maybe she won't go back and watch this part. I don't really actually understand how she did it, but what I did for mine is I put some snips leading up to my mark. Snip, 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 snip. Okay. Put some snips leading up to it. And then by the time that mark comes, we want to have gone all the way off. So I'm just going to, with my hands, curve it. Yes, this is piping, Cynthia. It's very serious. I decided to conquer a fear. I do have a fear of piping. Okay, so I'm just kind of like turning it right there. But then getting it to stay is a booger. It's kind of why I did one piping off camera just so I wouldn't feel hurried. Because I don't want to do a bad job on it. Okay. So I have it curved off right where the mark was. All right. And this side, I'm actually going to do it just because this is the side I'm starting on. I'm just going to do it with my hands. I'm not going to clip it. You just had a reverse shoulder replacement. What does that mean? Reverse shoulder. I'm actually going to switch my thread for a second because I want it to match my piping. Because I'm extra. Thanks, Annette. Oh, thank you. I won't hurry then. A reverse shoulder replacement. Yeah. Dina, it is, I don't know why, but that shoulder pain sounds like just your, makes it sound like, oh, just your shoulder hurts. Nope. It affects everything in every moment. I was surprised at the way piping was. Oh, how easy piping was. Yeah, weren't you scared too? I was scared. Everyone's all, piping so hard. And I'm like, well, then I can't do it. I quit. But I really want to make the Hellcat, and I really thought the Char would be fun with piping. And sure enough, it's pretty amazing with piping. It's a cute little bag. Have you guys made the Char before? And did you use piping? Everyone wants to know. Tell us. My husband just went in for a scan on his shoulder this morning. Everyone's shoulders are going out. What's happening here, people? You're totally scared? All right, CG. We're going to do this together. Okay. Now I'm going to try something, and it's either going to be great and you're going to love it, or you're going to be like, stop it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to this side, and you'll have to tell me if this is better so you can watch this part. I don't know if it's better or not. Okay. Sorry, it's taking the camera a minute to catch up. I want to see it. Huh. Maybe it didn't catch. Maybe I didn't do it. All right, just a minute. Did it freeze? It's on. How about that? Oh, there it goes. Hi, Siah. We're about to put some piping on. If I can get the camera. Okay. I don't know if that's a great angle, actually. Let me see. Let me see. Well, whatever. I'll do it, and then we can switch it back. Do we have swag dash dates? Funny you should ask. We've had many, many planning meetings, and I just told her today that our next meeting, we need to solidify everything for sure. So, do we have dates? Yes. Are we ready to announce them yet? No. Because we still need to talk to a few people and a few venues and all that. But yes, we're very excited. We've got some swag dashes. We've got some sewing in the States. We're going to go to the Saxo this year. We're doing the Lynn's retreat. Bada bing, bada boom. And we have a fun project coming up, which I'm probably not supposed to talk about. All right, so that one I just manhandled into submission. And the other one I clipped. All right, so you just taper the end and then 1/4 inch it all the way around. Nope, that's a terrible view. Absolutely terrible view. All you can see is my hand. Well, I thought I was being so fancy today. Received my 26 calendar. Only took a week from Colorado to New Hampshire. Do you like it, Nancy? You want to know something funny, guys? I'm the one who made the calendar, but I don't have mine yet. It's pretty funny. I'm not criticizing, because Kassiah actually had to fill all those orders by herself. I just think it's funny. I haven't even seen it in person yet, but I am excited. I've seen it digitally 1,000,000 times while editing and proofing and proofing and proofing. And I'm sure there's still mistakes, so. My husband and I were laughing, saying we think we have every coupon and date and vendor and logo memorized by now. The pics will bring smiles to us all. We hope so. Oh, you got your calendar and you ordered from one of the January ones. Awesome. If you haven't heard about the calendar, there's a few left, and we're getting ready to do a super fun thing for those of you who have one. It's just a little competition, if you will, for fun. And there are a few left, but there's coupons for every month for a bunch of vendors. And there may or may not be ridiculous pictures in it as well. I can neither confirm nor deny that. All right. I'm just going really slow because I want my piping to be gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Okay. So once you've gone around at a 1/4 inch to get this attached, you can trim the little ears off. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'll show you from the back. See that little ear there? We're just going to trim it. Bye. She says, please buy them. She doesn't want any left over. It's true. We want to get rid of all of them. Dawn, Minnesota, so in the States. You know what's funny, Dawn, is I have Minnesota as a possibility. That is one of our ones we're going to put out for it. So there you go. All right. I know, pink and green. I'm going crazy today, right? I usually do just browns and blacks. Okay, so here we go. We've got our piping on this part. This front flap will come down like this. And then the other part you have to put piping on is the front main flap. But I already did it off camera because I was just trying to save time and not do a 10-hour bag, okay? Because I'm slow. So it'll be like this. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay, so I've decided to attach 2 magnetic snaps. She has a measurement for when you do one. So we'll do the other part together. I went ahead and just did this part. And so this part is done. The exterior, we're going to put aside for just a minute because we've done the piping on it. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a zipper pocket in the inside lining. If I can grab all my pieces. So I did put an overlay on it just to save a little time. I didn't put the zipper in yet. But this is our main lining. And you're going to measure up from the bottom and place your overlay. And then I just sewed around the edge, the outside edge, and I cut out the middle. We talked about coming to Minnesota at the last, yeah, we did talk about it. So that's why I have it on my list. Okay, so then, thank you, Cynthia. It is fun. This is Wonderground, and the other one is Love Lola. I thought it was kind of fun. All right, so there's a million ways you can do this. I'm going to do this the Kassiah method. Are you ready? So the Kassiah method is this. You're going to put your zipper pull on your zipper tape. I already have double-sided tape on both sides of the front side of my zipper tape. Then I have some double-sided tape at the top of one of my pocket pieces. So I'm going to take my zipper tape with the zipper pull. Now this is the crazy part. Okay, don't go crazy. But the zipper pull is going to be to the right. But Susan, it's supposed to be to the left. I know, you guys. I didn't trust her the first couple times she said to the right. I'm like, you are crazy. Okay, so to the right. I've got this stuck on here. Now I'm turning this piece upside down. Beep, boop, beep. And I'm taking the top of this off. Zoop. And I'm going to place it inside. I'm going to center it the best I can. And if it's not perfect, I would like to say that's fine, but it will bother me. But it'll also be fine. Okay, so if you peek under the hood here, we have the pockets facing... You do it a different way now? Kassiah. Well, fine. It's not called the Kassiah method then. You know what? I can't keep up with you. Whatever. How do you do it? Iowa. Yeah, Iowa is one of the ones we need to do too. I apologize, you guys. I actually really do probably need to wind a bobbin, but I guess I can do these next couple steps first before we do that. I know, she's gonna... I thought I totally had this down. I thought, you know what? I'm pretty much a zipper pocket expert. Oh, yeah, I've done it that way too. I was just trying to be extra and do it your way, which is no longer your way. It was all a big joke. Okay. Look at all these Iowa people making friends. Oh, it's a big Iowa reunion. Iowa is where Caitlin Clark went to college, and I love Caitlin Clark. So therefore I love Iowa. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sew along just one side of the zipper, not the opposite side of where this little pocket is. Otherwise, your pocket will not work. Ask me how I know. Yes, I've done that. And it was hilarious. And I'm going to leave my threads long and pull through. Okay. Pull it through and tie. Yeah, it's a super cute pattern. I feel like you can make it a lot of different ways, different styles. And I'll show you a couple different options for how to do a strap for it too. Huh? You ordered the calendar? Did you order it just now? Yes. Annette, yes, now this is Susan's way. Kassiah has lost her way and has chosen a different way. That is her choice. She ordered a calendar just now. 10 points for Gryffindor. Good, because we're going to do this fun little game with it. For those of you who have it, it's going to be fun. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to do something that I thought was the Siah method, but evidently I'm just delusional. I'm going to put tape right here. And I'm going to go like this to kind of like push it down so it doesn't puff up at all. No puffing up. That would be bad. Okay, and now I'm going to attach the other side of the zipper tape into the zipper overlay. And I'm just going to talk to it sweetly and say, please be centered. Please. You know you want to be beautiful. You were made to be beautiful. Okay, and then I'm going to start where my stitching stopped. Oh no, how embarrassing. First, I need to put the other side of the pocket on. She's filling her order right now. Anyone else want a calendar? It's going to be fun. What service? Filling it right now. Kassiah, did you send me a calendar yet? I want a calendar. You know the calendar I made? All right. I am going to now, that the pocket is out of the way, I'm going to start right where I left off here, and I'm going to come up, down, and meet up with the other stitch. And I'm going to leave the tails long and pull through because I can. Although I know that takes extra time. But I just want it to be so beautiful for whoever ends up having this bag. Zoop. Mine's labeled and ready to go. You guys, I'm getting a calendar. For me, it's a crazy project, but also a fun project because I get to reach out to every vendor I can absolutely think of. And that's kind of fun, actually.
She made it? Oh my gosh. This looks so good.
Okay, and then I'm going to come down and meet.
Is she going to do it in orange?
There. Boom. Okay, pull those through. Watch for the cord. I made it.
Where? I can't see it.
I made an obstacle course for you all.
Steve says something.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. Rose got hers over the weekend. You got yours on Saturday.
That is so freaking cool. Are you happy with it?
Okay. Just pulling those all through. And then I'm going to trim. One of the pocket pieces is slightly longer than the other. So we're just going to trim it. And this bag is going to be a double turn. And so I'm going to sew the sides of the pocket up. But I'm going to not sew the bottom. I have to think about this for a minute. All right, I'm going to sew the sides. No, I think I'm going to put this. I'm going to put a little tape on this, and I'm going to fold it up. I'm just going to fold this up. It's going to make the last step easier. Glad calendar was packaged well. It was frozen to the bottom of my mailbox when I got home. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, hopefully it didn't get damaged. Okay. I'm just folding up this edge, wrong side to wrong side, with a little bit of tape. Sew down the sides, bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Let's sew these sides. I like to kind of come in close to the zipper, then come back out. I would say that's the Kassiah method, but I don't know anything anymore. Maybe it's not. Maybe she doesn't come in close anymore. Maybe she's decided that's just not her way anymore. Just kidding, Siah. All right. Yeah, it sounds like you guys have a whole club going on there in Iowa. It's the Iowa Sewing Club. The calendar does have a bunch of new vendors, doesn't it? Different ones. Alabama. I love Alabama. All right. There's our lining. Pocket, main panel. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. I'm just trying to go in order that she has in the pattern. Okay, we're going to put that aside for a minute. It's just so cute. That's what the tag says. And now you need all of your exterior pieces, which are these three. Oh, you know, I'm afraid that if I don't do this now, I'll forget. I'm actually going to go back and add a magnetic snap to the lining, because I know me, and me forgets. Me forgets. All right, she has some markings in her video that tell you how to do one snap in the middle. So I am just doing that same distance from the bottom, and then I'm just measuring out from the middle on each side, just making sure that the front and back are even. Because I want two of them. I want the world. Dun, 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 dun. Make sure I did that right. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do it. I have some Decaville Light. We're going to find our male magnetic snaps. I didn't have any large ones, so I just did small ones. I think it'll be fine. I declare it will be fine, so therefore it will be fine. I declare. All right, I'm going to mark my slits. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Kassiah, Pat wants hers autographed. Please autograph it. That is it's a fair request because you're right here on the video with us. Kassiah, did you autograph mine yet? That would be funny. All right. Let's go slicey slice. Pat, she's going to do it. That's funny. That's funny. All right. I'm just putting a little Decaville on the back. Oh, do you know what I forgot to cover? I forgot to cover the other one with duct tape. We will do that. Just for a little extra safety. Safety first. And a little thing. Safety first, as I use scissors for a hammer. Oh, Terry, where did I get it? Let's think about it together for a minute. It is so beautiful, and it's handmade by somebody. I absolutely have no idea. Either someone made it for me as a gift, or I bought it at a show. So basically that does not help you at all. I could make something up though. I don't think this one was Sawdust and Stitches, but I could be wrong. It was given to me towards the beginning of my bag making craziness, where everything was a blur and I didn't understand who anyone was, and so it's hard for me to remember that. Did you get one like that too? Oh, I did forget the washer. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm gonna have to get this up without hurting myself. All right, Subi, what's your last name? And she's gonna autograph yours too. Okay. Well, not only did I forget my washer, but I don't see it anywhere. That's okay. I will steal one from my future self. And I hope that the self that cleans after this video finds one and gives it back to my future self. Does your current self ever steal stuff from your future self? Doesn't usually go very well for me. Okay. Thank you for catching that. That was very nice of you. So now we're going to throw some duct tape on these bad boys. I put the washer on before the Decaville light. I did. It has 2 washers. Do I care? Just a minute. Nope, don't care. I guess my future self is going to be short 1 washer. Kassiah, sometime in the future, I will say I am short a washer. Refer to this video, and you'll know where it is. Oopsie poops. All right. There we go. Now we are ready for our exterior assembly. I'm going to just put a little duct tape on my attachments that I put on, and we're going to put this together. Yeah, 2 is better than 1. That side of that bag is going to be so strong, you could put rocks in it. Whoever gets this bag, I dare you to put rocks in that one side. It'll hold. Don't worry. It'll hold. That's what happens when you're sewing, reading directions, reading comments, speaking. It doesn't go very well, you guys. All right. Let's get some stuff out of the way here. I need a swig of water real quick. Thanks, Annette. Oh, nice. The Steelers on the big screen. That's right. Big screen is Monday Night Football, isn't it? Okay. Thank you, Rose. Yeah, double stitch and double washer. Yes. I love it. All right. We're going to do... We're going to do this side first. Okay. So I have my centers marked on my gusset, and I have my centers marked on my main panel. And I want it to go, so this shape is slightly wider at the bottom than it is at the top. And I put my little embellishment on the top. You bought a piping foot for your industrial machine. Oh, you have to show me what a piping foot is. I don't even know what that is. That sounds fancy. Do I need one? Kassiah, do you have a piping foot? Have you been holding out on me? All right. I'm going to match up my centers. Sorry. Clip in the mouth. Matching my centers, and then my gusset is actually going to be attached at a certain mark that is on the pattern piece, and I've just transferred that mark to here. Okay, so first I'm just going to go my straight side at the bottom, and then I'll attach the top parts, and then it's kind of the same way we did the piping. We'll snip into the curves, and we'll just make it all fit. We will snip it into submission. It makes sewing piping so much easier. Oh, I don't know where that went. I was reading it and it went away. But I'm sure whatever you said was amazing. Got it from Wawack. Should we have the debate here? Is it Wawack or Wawack? I feel like Wawack is way more exciting to say. All right, and now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to attach, even though it's going to look like it doesn't fit whoa at all. Just a minute. Did I do something silly? That is so much tighter than my last one was. There's no way. Just a minute, everyone. I'm having a moment. I'm going to grab my pattern piece, okay? Wawack. Maybe. I might have my marks wrong. I thought I did it right from the pattern piece. Huh. Okay, no, it's fine. We're gonna figure this out. I'm not sure why this is different than the last one I did. Yeah, I know. My other one was tight too. So just before I, all right, well, I'm just gonna snip it to all heck, all right? So, am I thinking wrong on this? Okay, Kassiah, you're here. Help me out. Make sure before I start clipping into it, I haven't done this wrong. My attachment is up past this little dippity doodah, right? My mark is here. Can you see it? There's my mark for my dippity doodah. No. No. Okay. It's really weird. Yeah, call on Gabriella's phone. Unless the gusset placement is right here where it says gusset placement. I think I marked it in the wrong place. Gusset placement here. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I just marked it wrong this time. I did it right on the other one. I just thought, I know it's supposed to be tight, but that looks ridiculous. That's funny. All right. Everything's okay, guys. Nothing to see here. There is nothing. There's no problem. I knew it. That's why I didn't want to snip it. I'm like, that's not how the other one fit. Disaster averted. It's fine. It's fine. Right? It's totally fine. Okay. Like I said, then you take it and you attach to your placement, and it will be a little bit tight, but not ridiculously tight, as I said. Hi, Gabriella.
Hi, I think Siah wants to say something.
Okay. Hi, Siah. Yeah? Right, okay. Yep, got it. I just looked at the wrong mark. Okay. Okay, thank you, bye.
Sorry, I need to put my dragon. My thing is done.
Oh, cool. Kassiah just called me, and when you do that, Kassiah never offers to call you. Well, that is really rude of her. Kassiah, did you hear that? It's really rude. I'll make sure she calls each of you when you do that. So what she was saying is, if you held up your front panel piece and you put it on, it would be in the same placement because it's the same size. It's hard to see right here, so I'll do it on the back. She was just saying, you just hold this up and it will match, and that's your gusset placement, because when we attach this, that's how tall it needs to be. So that's another way to check it. How rude of you, huh? Thank you. I I didn't make that mistake on my practice one, only on the live video. So that's fun. Whatever. It's fine. Now we all know, right? All right, my friends. Now I've got the bottom clipped, I've got the sides, and now I'm going to come into these curves, and I'm going to go snippity-doo-dah. Snip, 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 snip. Okay, I need an opinion from you guys. And this is only if you've seen the original West Side Story and the new West Side Story, okay? Do you like the new West Side Story as much as the original? That's A. You like it as much. B. Not at all. C. It's okay but different. I have seen the new one, and I started watching it again the other day, but I felt like I was doing something wrong. Like, if I'm going to watch the new one, I need to go watch the old one again first. You know what I mean? Just to show it my allegiance. New meaning a few years ago. It was like brand new. Not brand new. 1-900 call Siah. It's out on the Disney streaming right now, and I came across it. I think the original is always the best too. I have to say, I do remember when I went to the theater to see West Side Story, the newer one, I kind of didn't want to do it. So I'm like, no. The original was the only good one, but I was pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised because I sat there and watched the whole thing. I thought, okay. But I couldn't sit down the other day. I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to watch a musical. Not that I ever sit and watch a whole thing anyways. But like I said, I felt like I was against nature to watch the new one without first watching the original again. So it looks like I'll be watching the original. My daughter's wanting to get into musical theater and different things, and she's wanted me to help her go through a list of musicals she needs to watch. Yeah, you're right. It's not bad. It's just not the original. I think they did a great job for what it is. It's like when you redo a masterpiece, I don't know what to say. You're the redo. You're not the masterpiece. That is why I won't watch the Wicked movies. Yeah, that's hard, isn't it? Okay. Turns out when your sister calls you and tells you to place it in a different place, it fits perfectly. Who knew? Who knew? All right, don't forget. Sooner or later, I really need to wind a new bobbin. All right, I'm going to do 2 passes on this. Pass number 1. At a quarter, just to get it on there. Pass number 2, up close and personal. To hug that binding. I cried walking down Broadway. Oh, yeah. Kassiah, I didn't tell you. I have a chance to go to New York for a few days in February and stay with someone for free. And I might do it just so I can go, like, watch a couple musicals. So now I need to decide which musicals am I going to... I think I'll just get, like, last-minute cheap tickets. My friend's son lives there. Him and his wife and new baby live there. And they actually have a bedroom that we can stay with them if we want to do a few days. So, I very rarely do anything crazy like that, but you tempt me with a symphony orchestra or a musical, I'm all over it. I'm so sad the New York Symphony is not playing when I'm there. Ergs. But I'm sure I'll find something. You know, West Side Story is a marching show. I bet that was so good. Good night, Rose. Oh, I hope you feel better. Answer the call of your bed. I spent 5 years quilting, making sure every stitch was perfect. Then I came across Kassiah. It's fine. It'll be fine. It's the hardest concept. It's true though, right? That was hard for me too, coming from the quilting world. I'm like, it has to be perfect in the quilting world or you have to rip it out. I'm like, it'll be fine. Good night, Rose, good night. We hope you sleep. Oh, I was supposed to not start at the top at that seam allowance. That was so silly of me. I'll just undo a few stitches. And was it fine? It was fine. Okay, so I'm attaching it at a smaller seam allowance the first pass around, and I was supposed to leave the top like 1.5 inches, 2 inches undone, and I forgot. So it's not a big deal. We'll just take this part out. Oh, it looks like my bobbin had a party under here. That's exciting. Ain't no party like a bobbin party. I love ripping stitches. I feel like it's a talent. It's like an acquired taste, really. Okay, now I'm going to go around at the full seam allowance, and this is the part where you're just trying to hug up right next to your piping. I can see one part of my piping that wants to wrinkle, and I'm going to actually have some words with it. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. I wonder why I can't see. It's because my glasses are on my head instead of on my face. That's funny. Oh no, it locked up. That's not good. Your favorite musical is Rocky Horror Picture Show. We did music from that marching band in college. Okay, so that's some fun music. Here we go, full seam allowance. Go big or go home. I'm already home, so I shall go big. I'm going to go nice and slow around these curves. Helps to use a screwdriver to flatten and get close. You know what? I will do that on the next turn. For sure. Uh-oh, something's happening. I'm going to take it out and restart it. Something got angry and I don't want to make it worse. Something's happening. Oh, I must be in some tape. I'm in the piping tape. That's what happened. I just need to clean my needle off. Oh, Sound of Music. Yeah, I'm not sure if anything's better than Sound of Music. Hello, Moon Dragon. What am I doing? I forgot what I was doing. Prince Ali. Yeah, Sound of Music. Oh, so good. That was definitely one of our most watched shows growing up. Partially because it was on our Sunday approved list. We didn't really watch TV on Sundays except for approved things. And Sound of Music was on the approved list. So every Sunday, we played a game of Monopoly and watched The Sound of Music. True story. Oh my gosh, you've never seen it? Yeah. It's an experience for sure. All right. Looks good, guys. Looks really good. I'm not going to turn it all the way, but you can kind of peek in there. Peekaboo. A little pop of pink in there. All right. So now we're going to take and we're going to do the same thing to our front flap. Okay. So I've already got my centers marked. And here we go. Let's do it. It's going to be a pretty bag. Thank you, Siah. I walked around my room until something spoke to me. You know how it goes. You should definitely put that on your to-do list to watch that movie. I wish I lived near you. I would watch it with you. I would sing the entire thing and quote every line. So you are very lucky that I don't live near you because that would actually be really annoying for you and fun for me. Did I do pink and green for... You know, I didn't even think of it. No, that's funny. I was trying to choose something different than I normally choose. Is Cat on here? You too, Stacey? We'd all be just singing it, quoting it. Yeah, it is a little different for me. For Delta Zeta. Got a Delta Zeta in the house. All right, guys. We are going to snip into the gusset again and get this thing on. Second verse, same as the first. I see one part of my piping that I don't love. But I don't think it's going to show after this next step, so we'll see. snip, 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 a snip, a snip, a snip. Snip, 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 doo doo doo. Bum, doo 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 dum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. It's so good. Siah, good job on this. It's a perfect fitting one. You can't worry about perfection with piping. Oh, you want to bet? I can worry about anything I want. I might not be able to fix it, but I can worry about it. All right, let's do this other side. Snip, 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 snip. It is not necessary to say snip every time you snip. It is optional. Snip, 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 snip. Highly encouraged, really. Especially if you're talking to yourself. As I am. Okay, you get in there, you cute little piping you. Go to your home. Go to your home. Ooh, that's a good fit. Siah. Siah, Siah, Siah. Feisty, that's right. Two grandparents, one watch Hee-Haw on Sundays, the other watch Lawrence. Well, that's funny. Ooh, that just fits so beautifully. All right. You guys, please don't let me forget. I really need to switch out my bobbin after this. I am pushing my luck. Okay, first pass around. I'm going to start this time a little further down. First pass is at a 1/4 inch, just to get everything all secured, and then we're going to come back and do our full seam allowance. And when we do the full seam allowance, we can start all the way to the top. Your calendar came today too? Everyone's getting their calendars except me. I'm so happy for you. All right. If you're just coming on, this is my first bag that I'm attempting piping. I did a practice one, and it worked. So we're going to do one together right now. Certain things about bag making scare me, but they only scare me until I do it. And then once I do it, I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't so big. That wasn't so bad. But mostly because other people go before me and figure it out and then tell me what to do. Okay, this part's kind of tricky to get this to lay right. So I'm going to take my time on this curve. Make sure I'm pushing the piping away from the curve. Get over there, you. Okay, and I'm going to stop not at the top. And then we're going to come back around and do it at the full seam allowance. And then I have to look. And then after we trim, we get to turn this baby out and look at it. Okay, full seam allowance, here I come. Calendars paid for itself the first time you used it at Fabric Therapy. Saved $50.40. You ordered nothing but black and white striped waterproof. There you go. There it is right there. Now the rest of the year, pure profit. Yeah, the vendors have been so generous in the coupons they gave. Pretty cool. Oh, that's Sonia that said that. Miss Alabama. We went to Alabama for Sew in the States, really near Kassiah's birthday. And the nicest lady in the world, Sonia, was our hostess of the mostest. And she threw a birthday party for Kassiah with she invited some neighbors over and had a little birthday party. Isn't that the sweetest? And I love that the neighbors were like, sure, we'll come for a birthday party for some random stranger that none of you have ever met from the internet. They all thought it was a great idea. Cutest neighbors ever. I think the relationship she had with the neighbors made Kassiah want to move there for real. She's like, I actually want to move in this neighborhood. I'm like, I know. They're there. All right. We did it. We did it. Okay. I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to start talking to myself. Switch your threads, Susan. Wind your bobbin, Susan. Okay. We're going to do some trimming. Let me make sure. It doesn't say to use pinking shears. Maybe I shouldn't use pinking shears. That's a bad idea. I'm just going to use regular scissors because I don't want to accidentally cut into piping. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, we're going to trim it down except for the top. This is our moment. This is the moment. This is the time. Oh no. I see a seam popping and I'm going to go and reinforce it real quick on the edge. I just popped it. Oh. I have too much stuff on my table. I can't function like this. Okay, yep, I just popped that seam, didn't I? It's fine, everyone, it's fine. We're just gonna go back and reinforce it. Boop, 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 boop. All right, that's better. Yep. There we go. That is one of your favorite Sew in the States videos, Alabama? That's cool. That was a fun one. We had a lot of fun. And she was so fun. And her husband would say, "What you building? What you building, babe?" In other words, what bag are you making? But he'd say, "Babe, what you building?" Well, isn't she lovely? Do 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 do. Thank you. Is it perfect? No. Is it adorable? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. There's the exterior. The piping looks okay. Now, there's a couple parts where I look at it and I go, well, I missed. Went too close or not close enough. But I think it's pretty. I think we're going to leave it. Walk away, walk away. All right. Let me just take a minute. Take care of a little bobbin business that yep, I'm at the bottom. All right. Thanks, Siah. Yeah, it's a very pretty color combo that I would normally never ever choose. But the pink on that green looks amazing. The pink is Tulip Bee Faux Real Siah pink. And the thread, the pink thread that I use to match that embellishment is her Rosy Cheeks one. It matches perfectly. All right. I'm actually going to wind a green bobbin, and then we're going to use the pink one for the interior assembly. Oh, thank you. I meant to add it to the right side, but I did it wrong. So then I added it to the left side. My blingity bling. I'll talk with my hands while I'm winding a bobbin. How are you? Let's have some water. Yeah. Let's look at this. I like this. This is my new signature for the Char. Boom. The piping really adds a lot. Do you have to do the piping? No. Whoa. But I put it all the way to the back. So it's just one big zoop. You could put a tag here too. I didn't. I just put the one tag on the inside for this one. If I had a gold tag with my name on it, I would probably have put it somewhere, but I don't. I don't want to just do cork on it. It wouldn't match my blingity blings. Do Havana. While I'm winding that, we can start getting our next part ready. Okay, we're ready to assemble the lining. Okay, we're going to put this green bobbin aside for a minute. And I'm going to actually use Pinkity Pink to assemble. No, I don't need to, do I? That's so silly. We can just use green for all of it. That was so silly of me. Okay. Get this all put back together. And we have Annette from Tulip Bee on there. Annette, how's your new space coming? She's grown out of her. You know, when you start a, quote, little business at home, it takes over your whole house, doesn't it? Growing pains. Also, how are the falling iguanas these days? I haven't asked you lately. Are there inside pockets? Yes, there is one inside zipper pocket. We made it a little bit earlier, but I can show it to you. All right. I've been using a zipper foot. And I think I'm going to put my regular foot back on for this part. It's getting there. AC units are next step, then shelves go in. Wow. That's awesome. Your house is going to feel huge after you take all your stuff into the garage, isn't it? All right. First step is attaching the gusset to my main lining, and I've got my centers marked already. And so here we go. Same idea. I'm going to clip across the straight. Oh, see, I did mark this one, and I marked it in the right place. That's funny. I'm not sure why I did that on the other one. Okay, I have this one marked already where the top of it goes. It says in the pattern to mark a certain amount of inches up. And I have a little mark, so my gusset is going to attach right on that mark. So I'm just attaching all the straight parts, and then we're going to make some snips into our curvy curves. All right, and this is just kind of the way I have found that I like to do when I'm attaching gussets, is I like to clip from the center first, the straight parts here, the straight parts up here, and then there's this curve left that doesn't quite fit. So then I take and I just kind of snip in that. Now the seam allowance for the lining is bigger than the exterior. Just kind of always know what your seam allowance is when you're making the snips, just so you don't accidentally snip too far. Okay, and then I just kind of take it and stretch it with my hands to open it up and make it fit. So get in there, you beautiful little thing. It's being kind of sassy right now. All right, other side. Do 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 do. Okay, and sometimes I like to just kind of push it out like this. I don't know if you can see it. All right, so I'm going to start at my regular seam allowance at the top, and then about 1.5 inches or so down, I'm going to go into a bigger seam allowance. Okay, here we go. And scoot in. And then you stay at that bigger seam allowance. And this first piece, we are sewing all the way around. Our second side, we're going to leave a big gaping hole for our turning hole. Well, you don't have to leave a big gaping hole, but I'm going to. Oh, Sonia, stop it. Just stop it. I still make mistakes, but I kind of can figure them out a little bit. Or Kassiah calls me and says, hey, fix it. And I do. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oops, I hate it when I lift it and the needle's not in there. So embarrassing, right? My computer's making noises. I must have Facebook open. Facebook Messenger must be open. Oops. I might have a love pucker in this one. Huh. Oh, I need to go back in at a smaller seam allowance at the top, so I'll just go back and do that real quick. I don't have to rip that out. I can just go in at a bigger seam allowance. Let's see. Just so my sides fit together. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to take our second side and we're going to clip it together, but we're going to leave a big old gaping hole. Yeah, love pucker. It's not a wrinkle. It was made with love. And it's just a pucker. All right. I'm going to leave kind of this whole straight part open, and I'll show you. I'm going to come into the 90-degree turn. I'm pretty sure that one's still a Siah method, but we'll find out. I'm going to clip the top part here, and then I'll show you how big of a hole we're going to leave. We have a double turn on this one, so we have the pocket is still open, so we can pull our lining up through the pocket to close it, and the lining will be so beautiful. Okay, and now this side. I'm making this for someone. I'm making it for YouTube and all of you. That's as far as I got. Probably give it away in a Patreon raffle. You'll call it that forever? Oh, love puckers will unite us forever. Okay. So I'm going to snip into my gusset. Talk sweet to it and hope it all fits together. Snip, 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 snip. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. And one more clip should do it there. Thank you. These fabrics are gorgeous, aren't they? These shops come up with some beautiful, beautiful fabrics. I'm not usually much of a flower person, per se, but there have been some I love. Don't tell anyone in my regular life. It will ruin my reputation. Just kidding. Hi. You reading? Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave this middle part open. I'm going to come in at a 90-degree angle. And come up one side. I back stitch really good on that one. Orders are filled. Hey, you've been working hard. It's awesome. Good job, Siah. Now go rest. Go sit on the couch. Susan, do you have monthly takeovers? If so, will they always be the second Tuesday of each month? Well, I do always have takeovers. We have thrown around the idea of making it like a regular, where it's always on the same day. We haven't quite done that yet, but we schedule one every month. And then if you're on Kassiah's, I don't know if you're on Kassiah's Facebook, we put out a calendar for kind of our takeovers, and we do a sister sew, and we do a takeover, and I do a takeover. And so we put that calendar on Facebook. But I could definitely consider doing it like on the same day of each month. We just haven't done that yet. We kind of look at our schedule for each month and go around it. Take a bath. Do it. Enjoy it. When your bath is done, I hope my bag is done. If my bag is not done when your bath is done, well, I don't know what to tell you. All right, so I've gone up one side of it. I'm going to go up the other side of it. I'm going to come down it, actually. Okay, once again, you start at your regular seam allowance at the top and about 1.5 inches down, or what I say 1.5 inches, but I never measure it. Maybe I should. I used to mark it because it used to really stress me out. But now I realize it actually doesn't matter. You just want that top little section to be matching the seam allowance to the exterior. So when we put them together, they'll nest nicely. Otherwise, one will be bigger than the other. You just bought the sew along pattern. Ooh, I'm so excited. I just got mine today. And I'm going to cut out the paper pieces. If you're in our Patreon, we're doing a sew along of the Demelza. It's a new bag by Country Cow. And I'm super excited to make it. It looks really pretty. Okay, I'm going to come, after I've curved, I'm going to come down at a 90-degree angle again. I'm just going to reinforce this part really good. So when I pull exterior three-way doesn't go all wonky wonk on me. Thank you for the card you won. Oh, you won a card! A gift card. That's awesome. I hope you buy something fun for bag making. All right, so I have a hole right here. Whee! I'm going to, at this point, take my pinking shears, and I'm going to make sure to really trim this up. Except for the top, of course. Okay, like that. Oh my gosh. No, I can't stand the weight. I have been eyeing that duffel, and that's another reason why I thought it was time for me to go ahead and bite the bullet and do piping, because her new duffel has piping and I want to do it. When she said she was doing a duffel, I'm like, Lindsay, you are speaking my language, girlfriend. All right, now I need to trim my other side, leaving the top part full. Did I leave the top part full? Yes, I did. Good job, me. Guys, we're about to put these two layers together. So a long pattern may be easier to cut out without paper. Oh, that is right. Kassiah told me that it was more of a measurement. Even better. I much prefer measurements over pattern pieces. Any day. I feel like I'm way more accurate. Okay. There we go. You have a lining, a zipper pocket. I never checked the pocket to make sure I did it right. Yep. The pocket's open on the bottom. We have a cute little tag right here. And now, without further ado, we shall squish the two. And we're going to make them be friends. Are you guys ready for this? So we're going to squish the exterior inside to the lining, which always seems very counterintuitive to me. And if I'm being totally honest, this part killed me on my practice bag. I bought a metric ruler this week and now I can use it. Oh, I don't have a metric ruler. Good luck to me. Lindsay posted the fabric and hardware requirements today for the new duffel. Oh, cool. Hi, you doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm so excited to make that duffel. I think she should give me the pattern early. Lindsay, if you're here, I think you should give me the pattern early so I have time to practice. She'll be like, yeah, right, Susan. All right, I am just going to go ahead and match up my little side seams first. And I'm apologizing ahead of time. This step is going to take me a minute. Especially these curved parts. Oh yeah, your smoothie smooth. I'm so excited. I already know which smoothie smooth I'm going to use for the interior of the duffel. I don't know why I sing that, but I am. They're trying to talk the dog into something back there. I can't tell what it is. Okay. This bag does not want to fit inside. It's making me work for the beauty. Oh, good question. I didn't sew them butterflied open, but I'm pulling them butterflied open. I just left them. You can tape them butterflied open. I'm just trying to manhandle it, which maybe, come to think of it, wasn't the smartest thing. But I'm halfway done now with that part. Oh, I'm splitting the seam. Just a minute. I think sometimes I don't backstitch enough, and I find out the hard way when it starts coming apart. So give me just a minute here. Okay. In the video, she said, one piece may be used, but give my parents. Okay. Sorry, maybe the view's not the best, huh? Okay, so I'm just trying to match and open these seams right here. There we go. I feel like my hands just aren't working. I'm not able to really... Who's getting this Char? Mama Amazing 717. Probably a Patreon. We give away bags every month in Patreon. No, you're totally fine, sweetie. And so probably that's what it's going to go to. Okay. That's the hardest part is those, for me, is those quarters. So now I just need to start clipping everything else. And we're going to sew around this whole thing at a full seam allowance. And then we will be turning it out of that gaping hole we left. Gaping, I tell you, just gaping. All right. The exterior doesn't really like fitting inside the lining, and so I really have to kind of pull it and clip it really well. Otherwise, I can feel the lining's just going to slip. Which makes sense too, right? Because the exterior is the vinyl and, you know, tends to be bossier material. Thank you. I love the colors too. It's very not me, and yet I love it. So I'll go figure. I forgot to clip the middle of the lining. But I'm not taking things apart now. So I'll show you the next best way. Let me just get this part secured first. Okay, so I have the middle of my exterior marked, but I don't have the middle of my lining marked. And so what I'm going to do is, sorry, I just have to fix this part right here. Ooh, that'll give you a workout for your hands. The exterior keeps wanting to pop up out of the lining. Pop. Okay, so I'm going to push here's my middle, and I'm going to try to see if it has the same amount of slack on both sides. Has a little thing here, little thing there. So I'm going to call that the middle. Now, is that technical? No. Will it work? I don't know. It did on my other one. I made the same mistake on my practice one, and it worked. You just kind of eyeball it. Make sure there's the same amount of slack on both sides. Because I can tell that the lining is pretty tight. I might put a couple snips in the lining. Just to make sure. Yeah, there it is. Did I do the other side of the snap? I did. Thank goodness. I'd be so sad. Oh, I'd be so sad. Been there, done that. But yes, I did that earlier. So all I need to do is finish clipping this flat part, flippity flap, floppity flip. All right. Now for this part, we are going to, I think, let me just make sure. Yep, full seam allowance. There's one part that is very tricky for me. And you're gonna notice I go really, really slow on this curved part. Okay, there we go. We have clipped together, and the part that gets me is this part here. So when I get there, I'm going to go pretty slow. I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to come around, and I'll do this. I have to think about this. I want this side up so I can go like that. Yeah. Okay. The thing I'm going to have to watch out on this flap is that the lining behind it is wanting to pull back. So I'm just going to keep checking it and making sure that I haven't lost the lining in there somewhere. Okay, so here we go. We are going to stitch this whole thing together. Full seam allowance. And I just need everyone to hold their breath. Here's the hoping, right? I'm just checking to make sure my lining hasn't slipped away. All right, here we're coming to the first tricky spot. Let me check this other camera and see if this camera is any better for this part. I don't know if it is. See my belly. That's cute. Nothing to make you feel great like a camera on your stomach. All right, here we go. Sewing that curved part has scared me from making this bag more than piping. Yeah, I've done it twice and it's worked both times, but it does take a little bit of doing. I don't know if that view's any better. Tell me if you want me to take that view back off. I'm going to use my, I can't think of what they're called. My thingy thing, hemostats. Just to hold these layers together. Okay, now make sure the needle's in, and I'm going to kind of turn it up on its side and squish all this down. Okay, and so now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to follow this curve here. And I'm trying to keep the seam allowance the whole way. The view focuses on your arm. Oh, okay. How about that? We'll come back to this. I can actually move this camera anywhere I need to. Yeah, sorry, there's not a good way to get in there. So I'm going to slowly, I'm going to make sure my needle's down. And I can see that one of my seams that I want butterflied open has closed. So I'm going to push it back. and just flip it around, and I'm going to go really slow past this curve. Okay, first curve done. That wasn't so bad, actually. I hate to even say that out loud because I'm going to jinx it. Where did you get your little sloth magnet on your machine? This one right here is from Jolie Lee Creations. Isn't it so cute? I know. It's so cute. Jolie Lee Creations. She does templates, acrylic templates, but she also has some, she's the one who does the tassel clip template. She does some rivet.